How to change behavior. You know, when you live with somebody, everything gets more difficult. You see them day in, day out. You're at home, relaxed. No need to think about words before you say them. No need to put on airs, be polite. And that causes a lot of issues. But going further than that, I think the big thing is praising people or things they're supposed to do anyways. People often do it at work, actually. They praise others for doing things they're still supposed to be doing. Good job. Well, I mean, that was their job. But at home, would you ever praise someone for doing what they're supposed to be doing? Just the basics? No, of course not. It gets overlooked. I think I was pondering the other day about, how to say it nicely, right? When, someone did something good, but just didn't finish it completely or missed something. Saying you missed something doesn't sound very nice. There's no acknowledgement of the effort they put in, right? Just makes it sound like you're nitpicking. Why should I bother to try anyways? I've been on the receiving end and I don't like it. So what do you say? How do you do it? I think that's the part where it takes effort. See, at work, most of us, some of us realize that not so easy to change behavior. In the US, we realistically don't have power over a lot of people. It's hard to fire somebody. But at home, I mean, there's no firing somebody. Power, power, maybe in the past, somebody else had power over somebody else, but nowadays it's a very egalitarian society we live in, which means that there's not so much of hierarchy. So, what do you do? Well, you word things in a way that motivate behavior change. You don't just wait and expect behavior change, because that's going to happen, right? If you don't tell somebody that they're not doing something at home, don't expect that, next week they're going to be doing it magically. It just doesn't happen. We all know that. But you can't also just criticize somebody all the time because that never changes it. We all know that. We've all seen it. We've all experienced it. In fact, nitpicking probably makes somebody more resistant to change. So how do you say it? How do you word it? And I think that's the issue. First, it's hard for us to acknowledge that somebody else is trying, that someone else is maybe even doing a good job. Because if it's not perfect, it's not good enough for us. It really gets annoying when you say it day in, day out, and they're missing something. The first thing is, do we ever appreciate them, right? Somebody wants to feel appreciated. Somebody needs to feel appreciated before they're gonna go out of their way to please you. Sometimes you can do it by force. There's a whole guilt trip that the prior generations did, but I think, you know, younger generation's just more immune to it. They don't care. There's a, you know, threat of punishment, which may or not work. Only punish somebody so much, right? After a while, they get nearer to the punishment. It's meaningless. Go to your room. Okay, that's fine. There's stuff to do in there anyways. I think first you need to establish a good relationship, just like anything else. at work. I mean, when you meet a new coworker, you don't immediately criticize. Oh, I know you. You're the guy who always does this wrong. That's no way to start a relationship. Like, oh, thanks. I've seen your name before. Send all those helpful emails out, don't you? You got a plan. Too often we think it's one and done. In this conversation, in this sentence, I'm able to communicate, convey everything that is required to get you to change your behavior. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Long term, you can nag somebody and they do it one time right now, but that's not really the point when you live with them. You want them to do it every time to change your behavior, not to literally do one thing right now. I think that's the thing. Behavior change is not easy. And we sort of realize it at work, but somehow at home we forget. And so we just criticize, complain, and presume the other person will change. And it doesn't work. It almost never works. And the solution is to get a divorce. Uh, can't really divorce your kids. Just not have a good relationship. They move away for college, never come back. All these things nobody really strives for, but that's the way you're going. If you don't work at it, if you don't think about it, you don't spend time planning just like you do at work. See, you butter someone up first for a while. Butter up your boss. You don't just butter them up one time and then ask for a raise. You butter them multiple times and eventually slip in that you're looking for a raise. Longer term, plan for the future. Establish a good relationship by praising them, appreciating what they do. And then you may broach the topic of improvement, and it might be listened to.